Since you do, broadcast a lot of the games, you see this Suns team up close and personal. And last year was an amazing season. This year is amazing as well. Talk a little bit about the team and your thoughts on the success of the team.
Well, I mean, I think it's a great nucleus. I think D'Antoni's the perfect coach for this team. He's got the greatest style, and any good coach is going to make his team play the way he wants to play, or he's gonna look at his team and say, this is the way I got to play. And with Steve Nash, it's like another coach on the floor. So he gets out and he runs, and then they surrounded him with great players. I mean, athletic guys, Sean Marion and Raja Bell and Amari and Boris and Leandro, all those guys complement Steve well. Everybody talks about how Steve Nash makes all these people better, which he does.
Sure.
I mean, Steve Nash is a great player. But these other guys make Steve Nash look, that much better also, because how easy it is to throw it to a guy like Amari or Sean around the basket, and they do such amazing things around and able to finish. So I think not only does Steve complement what they do, but they complement what Steve does. So it's just a perfect fit, and their style of play is a lot of fun. And you can tell it's really catching on, because there's so many teams around the league are trying to emulate what the Suns are doing and the way they play.
How fun would it have been for you as a player to play with a guy like Steve Nash?
Oh, it's like I said, guys like Eddie Johnson and myself, and guys who are shooters, you sit over there and say you think you can do it again, because he makes it so easy. It'd be fun. I had the opportunity to play with guys like Kevin Johnson and Tim Hardaway and point guards like that, which was a lot of fun. But Steve Nash is just a guy who is going to get you the ball and make it as easy as possible.
And what's the difference, do you think, between Kevin Johnson and Steve Nash?
Well, I think Kevin was great in his own right, but Kevin was more of a scorer. A guy who looked to go to the basket, penetrate, was such a good finisher around the basket. And, was good at assists and all that kind of stuff. But Steve Nash is more of a guy who looks to get everybody involved first, and then when he has to score, he'll score. Both great point guards in their own right, but Steve was more of a traditional point guard. Kevin was a guy who was just, when he got on a roll, he was unstoppable scoring-wise. He could just do it all. So, Kevin was a great player, but Steve is one of those guys who really gets everybody involved.
And Steve, there's talk about, Steve Nash possibly being the MVP again, which, 2 years in a row he's won this award. And I mean, is it possible?
Well, it's possible, but it'd be extremely hard for a guy to win 3 in a row. But if anybody can do it, he could, because he's on a great team that scores a lot of points.
His numbers.
His numbers always go up. You're right, and like I said, so anything's possible, and if anybody can do it, he can, and we'll just see how it goes. I think it all depends on, if his numbers continue to be where they're at, and the Suns are very successful and go a long way, he's got another chance at it.
Besides Charles Barkley, what other former teammates do you keep in touch with? I know Joe Klein is a very good friend.
Joe Klein's a great friend of mine. He's back in Arkansas. I talk to him once a week. And I go visit him. So he's actually him and his wife Dana are the godparents to Madison, my oldest. So I see him a lot and stay in touch with him. Obviously, Sed Sabalas, since he works for the Suns.
He's my co-host.
Yes, he is. I see Sed all the time, probably too much. He's down at Marley's lot,
I see him too much too.
Eating up my profits. If you've seen Sed, you know that's true. And then. Tom Chambers, obviously. I talk to Danny Ainge every once in a while. Now he's in Boston. I used to play golf with him a lot, but I don't see him as much because he's gone. That's about it. Most of the other guys that I played with, Mark West, he works with the Suns. So all the guys who are around now, I see a lot. Kevin's in Sacramento. I see him every once in a while. But probably Joe and Cedric and Tom and Mark, those are the guys that I see the most.
This Suns team, do they have a chance to win a championship?
Yeah.
Do you think it's close? Do you think it's possible? And is it possible this year?
I think it's very close. It's very possible. I mean, who would have thought that the Heat would have won last year? Not me. And the Suns have arguably one of the top 5, if not the best team in the league. So it all depends on a few things. If the Suns stay healthy, that's always the number one thing. If they stay healthy at the end of the year. If they're playing their best basketball, who they match up with in the playoffs, those things. There's got to be a little luck involved, but when it's all said and done, the Suns have as good a chance as anybody in the league, if not better. So it just depends. But, when you go into the beginning of the season, you think about we just want a chance, and the Suns have as good a chance as anybody by far. Who's done with 2 thumbs? This guy.
so much for having me to your home. It was beautiful. Thank you for also letting me come to Marley.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Good, so did I. All right, have a great rest of the afternoon,
All right.
and I'll see you later.
Give me a holla.
Holla.
All right.
Now I can go?
Yeah, get out.
Okay, thank you.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Get your BMW and leave.
It comes to Marley, a long three. He got it! He got it! He got it!